All right, Kenman here, and today we have a fun little unboxing from Blade HQ. I found a cool, interesting looking knife. Here it is. Paid full price for it. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment down below. All right, what did we find today? What do we have in store for us? Well, one thing I know we do have is the Blue Line box, the beauty from Blade HQ. All right, got some paper on the floor. We have the knife, SRM. Ooh, got some loose stickers down there. Let me grab those, and box on the floor, dust everywhere. All right, we've got the Blade HQ sticker. That looks kind of like a Nintendo sticker, doesn't it? At least that's what it reminds me of, like the old Nintendo logo. Blade HQ and knives rule, forks drool. All right, I do not have. Yeah, these all look like all new stickers to me. That's cool. Another couple for the sticker pile. All right. SRM, knives and tools. This is the first SRM on the channel. Who has one of these? Do we have any idea what it is? Let's get to it. Open. You put a little tab there to kind of help out. That is cool. All right, box on the floor. This is our new experience with SRM. Got a nice little bag, cloth, okay. Info card. SRM knives and tools, multi-functional shovel. Whoa. Who has one of those? Look at all the stuff in there. Saw, knife. Pretty neat looking. Open this up. Oh, it's kind of their catalog almost. Kind of quick. You can do a screenshot or hit pause on that if you want to check any of these out. Probably just go to their website. That's nice that they gave you a little card. Got a lot of stuff, things to look for from the company. Okay, which one did we get? Here it is. This little SRM bag. There we go. And there it is. Mini bag. This is a thick bag. Interesting. Feels weird. On the floor. All right. Here it is. Look at this sword. There's quite a few interesting boxes we're going to tick looking at this one. Let's just get right to it, Kenman. Wow, that's locked out. That was quiet. Like I didn't hear anything. Wow, look at this little mini sword. Tell me this is not cool. Okay. I'm going to go straight to the right here. Looks like there's plenty of space. Not going to catch my thumb or my palm. Whoops. There, it clicked out that time. Okay, what are we looking at here? Let's break it down here and check it out. This is the SRM knives. I guess the name is the 9215-GV Ambi lock on there. Their crossbar style lock. What? I always worry about a new crossbar lock because I've cut my palm. This seems like it's going to be long enough as it comes around that my palm does not get in the way, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. Seems a little stiff at first here. All right. Yeah, I haven't been able to really get a good open. I don't know if I'm catching. No, I'm down low enough that I'm not touching that lock. There we go. Sometimes you got to get used to the knives. Some of them take a little more effort to try to figure out. Some of them are really easy, so that comes into play. Man, it's so far up there. And it doesn't seem... Okay, let's break it down before I break it apart here. All right. So we are looking at D2 blade steel. Really cool shape on that piece of D2 with that black coating. It's got all the info on there, way more info than you need, if you ask me. D2, SRM logo on that side. It's a thumb disc, so that's different. I have a couple knives that I've touched lately that have thumb discs on them, and they ended up being really nice, so allowed me to kind of go for looking at some more of them. It does have the crossbar lock. They're calling it the ambi lock. You can see in there. Pulls down, that releases it. But this blade, this is pulled down all the way. And that blade doesn't even swing at all. You can't swing. Generally, you know, crossbar lock. Right? It is tight. So there is that. And it's also not the easiest to actuate opening either. I can't swing it shut. So it's like almost barely a one-handed knife here. Not a fan so far of the openings and closings. So yeah, we got the G10 handle. It's got this cool dual like layers, so you get that kind of, looks like the wrap on a katana handle, which is a cool look. It's got that Kwaiken kind of a design, mini sword. The look of it, I like it. I dig it. It's got a nice shape, that sweep up. Got a good feel in the hand. Blade it's solid. It's not moving around at all. So that's good. But that lock, I mean, pull that all the way. Okay. It's starting to loosen up a little bit more than right when I got it. But it is... Okay. There we go. Huh. Ugh. I'm putting a lot of effort in there. So it could just be something where it's just the tension's a little tight or whatever, and I might need to just kind of break it in, loosen it up. Sometimes a new knife is stiff, and it takes a while to break in. It doesn't mean it's a bad knife, but it just that initial break-in period takes a while, and once you've got it broken in, it ends up being really nice. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here, but it's certainly possible. I mean, I've barely opened it and closed it a few times, and it's already a little better. Looks like it's going to need some work, so we'll have to, let's index, try to flick that out without touching that right there. It's stiff. You can see this moving back and forth as it goes. I mean, it feels like it's all right. I just maybe might have to get some oil going, break it in for a while, and see what happens. Okay, so because it's a crossbar lock, there isn't really a detent. Because it's this lock, you can see it pulling it in, get to about there, and then it yanks it kind of in there. I can't really give you much on how well that's going to be in the future because it seems like it's going to need a kind of a break-in. I'm thumbing it out. You can hear it's fairly quiet because it's not whipping out very fast. So yeah, this is going to be kind of one of those long-term kind of tests before I can really give a good opinion. Right now, I would say its action is not great right out of the box. But man, the look is very cool. Got a huge lanyard hole right there that kind of follows that line across the back, but then shortens it up. It's kind of an interesting look to it. The clip can be swapped to the other side. It looks like, actually, Is there no screw for that? Because it looks like it's almost like I can squeeze. Yeah, look at that. It's just a squeeze clip. You can see those two little notches right there. So I will carry it on this side as a lefty. So that is a quick switch to the other side. How about that? I did not notice that when I ordered it, but that's kind of a cool design. That seems like it's really solid. You have to squeeze both sides pretty tight to get that to pop, so it probably should sit pretty solid. I'll have to test that out, but that's kind of a nice quick swap design. I like to use my fingers on there with a crossbar lock to grab like this for closing. All right, I don't spend too much time here, Dan. All right, so no jimps right here. It feels a little slick. I'd like some jimps, but you'd have to put them on the handle like there are some on the bottom side right there. They could put a couple of those nubs right there. I'd appreciate that. That's nice because we're down here, you're kind of pulling like this. You can kind of feel here and here, and that kind of helps keep a nice little grip. No real forward choke, but you're right up to that blade. That's pretty much boom. It's a huge handle too. Look at how much. If I grab all the way up here, quite a bit of handle sticking out. I can really stretch out. It's thin, but it's a long blade. I do think a couple of those jimps on there, right there, would be nice. Nice big back spacer on there. So, but when you do ride your thumb forward, you get to where that disc is, and it hits that disc and it stops and kind of sits on that spot right there. So it acts kind of as like a big bump, kind of a jimp for doing some work. Feels pretty good. I think for doing like cuts like this, that tip kind of sweeps up a little bit. Might be harder to get that point in for certain things. But as far as just a looks knife, there we go. It's got a great style. I dig it. I think they could get rid of some of that branding on there. And it's all black and red. And then they just chose to just add the silver just on that little spot there. And then where the stuff is touching on the lock and things in there, but pretty much just a black on red. Pretty cool looking design. What does everyone think? Who has an SRM? Do they have one of these? Was it tight out of the box or was it clean out of the box? Oh, look at this little mini sword. Enjoy the Blade HQ unboxings. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you would like to see more. We have a full size 8 1/4, almost 8 3/8 if you go to the end of that clip right there. Blade is 3 5/8 on the top, and the cutting surface is about the same, 3 5/8, just a slight little curve on that belly. Big old handle at 4 3/4, just about. A little longer than 4 5/8. Full size in the length, but thin and feels nice and kind of a delicate knife. Mini sword. 1, 2. All the way out to here. So yeah, it's 0.12 on this whole section all the way out. Carries out to about there. You got that nice, I can't quite tell. It's small. That might just be a flat. Kind of feels like a hollow, but it's thin. It's tough to see. Feels slicey though, for sure. Handle is 0.44 and at the thickest 0.86. Definitely a thinner, slim, but long for sure. Long, thin, slim. Feels cool though. Feels nice. Right? Okay. All right. What do we have here? There we go. It's starting to close on its own. 3.13, not too heavy. I compare everything with the Pyrite 3.67, so it is lighter than the Pyrite and bigger. Okay, open this back up. The CJRB Pyrite is a nice little button lock, easy, great user. A lot of different varieties. If you're interested, check one out. So the handle is a good 1/2 inch larger. Blade is about a 1/2 inch larger. Full size knife on the SRM versus the not quite full Pyrite. Nice little size comparison though. I had that drop bear out. The drop bear from Kaiser is probably the best variety of the crossbar clutch lock. Look at this. Right? It just works good pretty much every time. Feels flawless, but at the same time, look at that. Blade is solid, not going anywhere. That is a great lock. The Kaiser clutch lock, like I said, killing it for the crossbar axis style locks. SRM, this one right out of the box, has some tight issues. Watch for the future, see how it breaks in, see how I like it. I do enjoy the design and the shape and the style of it, the feel in the hand. Like I said, I do like those jimps, but I'm noticing you send it up onto that thumb disc and it feels pretty good. Should I look at some more SRM knives? What does everyone think? What about this one, man? I need to get out my katana here and do a comparison video. What do we say? What do we say? All right, boom. Stay sharp. I'll see you soon.